upcoming Christmas? Like, what are your plans? We understand that you have a new boo. So how is all that? Are you going to be spending that holiday?
Well, I'm still wearing my mask and I'm still using my hand sanitizer. And I'm actually going to get the variance booster tomorrow. I decided to do it on a Friday in case I had some side effects from it. I would have the weekend to sort of get over it. But, I always spend Christmas. I make sure I spend Christmas with Melody and the kids. That looks a little different now because she has the 7 days on and 7 days off. And sometimes the holidays does not fall on her week with the children. So we celebrate either before or after. But yeah, he knows my family to a certain degree. So, he'll definitely be there for the family celebrations. We always have a big get together out. We call it out in the country. But it's like a family home where there's lots of land and stuff like that for the kids to run around and play. Mm-hmm. And we all just gather up out there for holidays and stuff and just enjoy each other.
What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville Extra, honey. We got Miss Melody Cherie's mom, honey, doing yet another interview. She's promoting her new book that's out. And she also talks about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Melody, and a whole bunch of other stuff, honey, in this interview. So without further ado, I'm going to continue to play that audio, and Miss Robinson, honey, will be in and out with her commentary.
They're singing, Miss Vanessa got a man at home. Yes. Brownstein girl, did you want to?
Yes. So, first and foremost, I want to make sure everyone knows that we have a giveaway to give. Miss Vanessa was so gracious to bless 3 people, with something. Oftentimes the holiday season is joyous for many, but sometimes some people it's not so joyous, So you never know who you're blessing in that season. So we thank you, first and foremost, Miss Vanessa, for allowing us to give 3 lucky people with, something. So the way with the money. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to do 3 questions, trivia questions. You guys have to pay attention to what Miss Vanessa is telling us. We're here.
You started out talking about that charity ring that you were wearing. You spoke highly of your grandparents and the example that they had set for you that you admired so much. When it got to, you getting married to your husband, I guess my question is, what made you stay with him? Because some part in the book, it was early on in the marriage, he started to be very not so nice. So what made you stay?
Okay, the couple that I write about in the book at the beginning of it, they're not my grandparents.
They Nana?
No, Dada and Nana.
Yeah, Dada.
Yeah, they're not my grandparents. It's a couple that I used to sit with at nighttime.
Okay.
And so I got to get a good glimpse into their relationship and the love that they had for each other. Mm-hmm. The chastity ring was something that I put on when my first marriage came to an end, and I dedicated myself to God. Right. And that's the way, God spoke to me to do it. And he told me, he said, the next man that takes this ring off your finger, he'll be a mighty man. What made me stay as long as I did? Yeah. I think that's a question everybody sort of asks themselves when they see that a relationship is no longer working. I think a lot of it was, we were in the ministry together, and we had started a place of worship where we had won so many souls to the Lord. And so you have a sense of obligation where you try to keep the family together, meaning the church family. And for me, I really didn't want my marriage to be another blemish when it came down to the church, So I think a lot of it was just not wanting to disappoint so many people But then it came a time where me trying to save others it was killing me.
Child, that sound like Melody and what she went through with Martell. Okay. That's what it sounded like, because y'all remember when Melody began those mimosas with Melody, and remember she was doing a lot of preaching and teaching to, women in her audience about business, relationships, marriage, and that's when she was going through it the most, with Martell and his lying and his cheating, honey. So child, it's just, it's just so funny that everything that Miss Vann went through, Melody experienced it too, right? So that's interesting.
And I had to make a decision at some point.
Right. So is that the reason you created is it LIFF? Was it like a getaway or a comfort zone for you to be at the time? Seeing that you literally was wearing a mask before this person, because from what I'm reading, he didn't portray anything of a pastor. You understand? So was the group that you created a getaway space for you?
Left Ladies Increasing in Faith Together. Mm-hmm. That women's ministry was created when we were actually at a good place in our marriage.
Oh, really?
And we were doing well in the ministry. But I sort of wanted to take the women's ministry outside of the church walls. So that's when I created Lift, Ladies Increasing in Faith Together. And, a group of us ladies, we would get together at different places, and just minister to each other, encourage each other. Basically what the name says, Ladies Increasing in Faith Together. So, yeah.
Okay, well, see that we can't go too far because I had so much question. It was so good. But good luck with, the book tour that you're going to be going on with Lulu. Congratulations with that. A question I have for you is, we see a lot of melody in you, right? Is Melody going down the path that you've always seen for her?
Well, I think I said the other day that, the family, we're happy to see her doing what she enjoyed doing when she was growing up. And we're happy to see her doing what we know she was gifted to do. Mm-hmm. She always loved being in front of people. She always loved, just showing her talents. She's always been a lot like me. If she's going to do something, she's going to give it 100%, and she's going to make it successful. So we all, are very excited to see her doing what she was gifted to do.
Okay. And that was my other follow-up question. So do you see a lot of yourself in her? And you stated that you did. Another question I had regarding the T-shirts and, I don't do ignorant, positive vibes only. Do you have any other brands that you're going to be working on? Like anything else?
I don't plan on it right now, but God might tell me something different tomorrow. I don't just do stuff to do it. It has to make to me, and it has to be something that I really feel. Like the T-shirt that you have on, I don't do ignorance. It had been out there for a while, and when I first released it, it sold out. So we had to restock the website. And then what happened was we had also released I Don't Do Ghetto. And whenever we did that, that was derived from a statement that I made one night on the show.
When you was talking to Miss Wanda, honey, from the first floor, honey, you better reconcile. Miss Wanda, you guys, if she was smart, she would come out with a T-shirt that says you better reconcile. That would be cute. What do y'all think?
And that T-shirt sold out. And so when everyone sort of got a little upset about the direction that the show was going and they started doing the blackout, that I Don't Do Ignorance T-shirt started selling like crazy. And we were constantly having to restock the site. And the one that you have now, which is the latest one, Positivity Only, for me, it's a personal movement, not just for the show, but the way the world is right now.
Yeah.
We just need more positivity.
Yes, we
and
do.
More love for each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what this shirt represents. And the color Melody said, you know what, Mom? A lot of your followers are women, so you should add a little color to your next t-shirt. And that's why I added the pink.
Oh, I love the pink. I'm just waiting for mine to arrive.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I love pink too, honey.
I love it.
I saw your order. Usher Yet Abandoned, the Mask of a First Lady, was birthed out of a very hurtful place in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Of a Grandma Mother is birthed out of a very happy place in my
Yes.
life. Yeah. So I really, really enjoy doing the Chronicles of a Grandma Mother.
That's good. I can imagine. The kids, I can tell they love you. Like, they cling to you, and you can just see the outward love, pouring out on both ends. So I have a question in regards to the kids. They're all special and smart and intelligent little kids. I think they're like the favorite. All of the kids are loved across the board. And I want to know, what is it that you think they will grow up to be? Like, each one, what do you see them being in their future? Or can you?
Oh, gosh. Just off the top of my head, I would say entrepreneurs, because that's all they've ever known. Since the time they were birthed to this, that's all they saw their parents do. They'll say now little stuff that they want to do when they get older, but look, I knew what I wanted to do in elementary school. It changed when I got in high school. It changed when I got in college.
Yeah, and I think that's
then it changed when I became an adult. So, it changes, but I do feel like whatever it is they decide to do, they will be successful at it. And it will be something that will make the world a better place. Because that is
wonderful. Let's go to Love and Marriage Huntsville. What have you learned from being on reality TV? I know you're dubbed the favorite, you're like the Huxtable mom of the show. What have you learned from being on reality TV?
I love the fact that it gives me a bigger platform to push the things that I'm passionate about. But I've also learned that there's a dark side that comes to that too. You would think people would love to see someone being positive, and that's actually who they are. But, people will not like you, and they don't even really know you. You haven't even done anything to them or anyone else, and they'll just not like you.
Like Letitia, honey, trying to call Miss Vann a fake Christian. Okay. Ain't nothing but a hater, honey.
Yeah. So I've learned, to choose my words very carefully, because they can easily be taken out of context. And I've learned to just embrace me even more, because I'm not going to change. I am who I am, and I'm true to who I am. And, like I said, some people are going to like you, some people are not. But it is what it is.
Absolutely. What are your thoughts on, like, current accusations that are out there about you, and have you considered taking legal actions on some of the slanderous things that has been said about you?
I will say, I don't think anyone should accept someone bullying them, threatening them, trying to blackmail them. I think at some point in time you have to speak up when people try to attack your character.
Did Mark try to do that? Okay, and then who brought up this whole sex tape thing? I'm thinking, was it Mark that told Maurice and Marceau about that? Y'all get down in the comments, honey, and let Miss Robinson know who tried to bring that to the show, because I always thought that was very trifling. And honey, quiet as kept, honey. That man, Mark, honey, he looked like he a few French fries, honey, short of a Happy Meal. Okay.
And especially when it's without cause.
Right. Absolutely.
I've taken steps to protect myself, if that's what you're asking me. That's what the authorities are there for. That's what other people who are in your life are there for. So, when it comes down to you or someone else, always choose you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Brown Skin.
So, I see that Mel was very upset at the fact that your confessionals were taken out and you weren't able to defend yourself. What you were using as your platform, they kind of took your voice away. And they clearly did it on a couple different levels. And I just want to say that we won't have that here. So what you say in defense of yourself will not be taken out. But my question, and I understand you may not answer. So I'm going to put it like this. If I were to list the castmates, would you be able to give them a word? What would you say to them or give them as a word of advice? Would you be willing to go down the list, and like if I listed them and you would say what you would pretty much want to say to them?
I really don't have any interaction with the castmates, like that, because
Child, she don't interact with the people on the first floor. Okay, I don't blame Miss Vann.
What you have to understand is I only know these people through Melody and Martell.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Martell and I don't have a relationship, I'm definitely not connected to people that he's connected to. And
I know that's right, honey. Because that damn hook-headed honey ain't no good, okay?
Anyone that Melody has had to step back from or remove from her circle, there's no reason for our paths to even cross, because we don't run in the same group. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But I do want to say this about the confessionals. This was because I think you all might have met me like in the second season. And I had some words with Wanda a couple of times, and a couple words with Letitia. And what I noticed was the confessionals that they filmed where they were addressing me, that was shown. But the confessionals that I filmed addressing them got cut completely. It wasn't shown at all. And so that's what I meant the other day when I said, I film confessionals.
Mm-hmm. Defending yourself.
Yeah, defending myself. And those got cut. But then I got a main cast member and her mom talking about me and their confessionals.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get to respond at all. And then even in the recent episodes, when I saw how much the main cast members were talking about me and their confessionals, I'm like, why wasn't I made aware of that? And why was I not allowed to address that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Carlos, honey, you need to fix this, okay? Because this is not right. Miss Melody Cherie is the star of the show, and I be damned, her mother can't get, her confessionals filmed like everybody else, like... even Miss Wanda, okay, you got all that ignorance, honey, in a confessional, and when Miss Vann step on the scene, y'all can't record what she got to say about the people that be trying to come for her and address her. Okay, make it make sense, okay? So something about that, you guys, is very suspicious. It really is. It's weird. It's like they're trying to push a certain agenda, right?
Something else that I've learned too is you may not get a fair shake.
Mm-hmm.
But, the things that you want to address, you address on other platforms like I'm doing now with you all.
Right.
And at the end of the day, people are going to believe what they want to believe. And unfortunately, a lie spreads faster than the truth.
Yeah. Well, you know, we love you here. And if you ever need me, just blink twice. I'm coming, okay? I got
blink
your
once
back.
for Mel and twice for Miss Vann. Once for Mel and twice for Miss Vann.
We got your back.
I think someone told Melda that, hey, Mel, if you need us, nod your head or blink twice.
Yeah, blink twice. I do have some questions in the chat for you. One question was, what does Mama Vann think about the snake Carla skin?
I really haven't had any interaction with Mr. Carlos.
Oh, why they call Carlos a snake? Is it because of what's going down with Miss Vann's confessionals, honey?
You know, Melody is an adult and she can do whatever she wants to do. But I will say that when this show first came about, you know, I trusted him to help her tell her story, you know, and to be there to walk her through it, because I knew when she decided to go ahead with the show that she was going to show her real life. And, you know, I trusted him to hold her hand and walk her through that. I don't know anything about him to not like him, you know. Am I a little displeased with them choosing to bring someone on the show that had really said and done some malicious things on social media and had put me in a position where I felt fearful, because that person was going live saying they were in my hometown and, you know, how I couldn't keep them from getting to me. They could get to me, you know, and they even showed my social media posts and Melody's social media posts saying, yeah, see, y'all think y'all got me blocked, but I can get to you whenever I want.
I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? So to give a person like that a national platform.
She talking about Mark.
Right, yes. And this particular platform of all platforms.
Right.
I was very disappointed and bothered by that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you know, that's what the authorities are for. And that's what laws are for.
That's right.
And you do what you have to do to protect yourself.
That's right.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Now, we see everything that Melody went through. We know that Mel is a hardworking woman. Like, when you see her take those 3 o'clock naps because she's been up working so hard, what do you think of Miss Marlene calling your daughter lazy?
Do we really listen to women that reside on the first floor and that gave birth, okay, to a first floor nigga? Okay. Melody ain't thinking about that cool, mild, regular Newport smoking, okay, that cheap liquor buying, cheap beer buying heifer. Okay, I told y'all Miss Marlene's MO. Okay, she was jealous. I know, some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth, but the truth is the truth, and the truth needs no proof. How you doing? She was jealous of Melody and Martell's relationship, like a lot of these mothers, and I should know more than anybody, you guys, because I have been in several relationships where the mother acted like she was the woman in her son's life and not acknowledge me. Okay, I even had a mother come to one of my old homes I had with a ex-boyfriend, and he was packing his stuff up, and his mother was there, and, you know, she was all in her feelings, I guess, because of what he had told her went down the night before, when really he was the damn devil, honey, that, you know, did the most wrong and that started everything that previous night, you know. So yeah, some of these mothers, honey, they be acting like they son is their man, and they don't know how to be objective. Now, that particular mother that I just got done telling y'all about, she found out the hard way that her son was crazy. She was like, I apologize, girl. I had no right to butt into y'all relationship. He got some issues. He need to sit on somebody's couch, honey. I said, sure, you're right, honey, because Miss Robinson was trying to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. But that is what I see, because what the hell is Miss Marlene doing? Talking about, Melody is lazy. Melody had 3 kids? You giving birth to that many kids, you need some time at home. I'm sure Melody was probably still working and moving and shaking from her laptop. So yeah, we can't be listening to what that old heifer got to say. Okay, and just look at Martell and the man that he is. Okay? Just look at him. Look at all the confusing things that he does. Okay? And guess what? God is not the author of confusion. Martell is. Okay? And Miss Marlene gave birth to that demon. Okay? She could have swallowed that food at night. Okay? Some of y'all need to start swallowing some of these niggas. I'm just going to tell it like it is, honey. Okay? And stop polluting our planet with these demons. Okay? They evil. Y'all giving birth to these evil ass, narcissistic, selfish ass men. And we don't need no more of that on this planet. Ooh, child.
I think she knew that was a lie when she said it, okay? She knows better than that. And you all are going to see in an episode, if they show it, where I addressed that with her.
Oh, okay.
And I think Melody's accomplishments speaks for themselves.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely. I agree.
She has never been one to sit out. She had her first job at 15. Well, actually, it was before 15 because I had a cleaning service, and she would go with me to clean homes, and then she would actually iron laundry for someone. During the week, she would pick the laundry up on Friday, iron it over the weekend, drop it back on Monday, and she would make money ironing clothes for this.
Wow, look at that business acumen, honey, at a early age. And what was Hook-headed doing? Okay, playing with damn G.I. Joe and playing tic-tac-toe. Okay.
Yeah. And then at 15, she was the youngest person to ever work at a bank in our hometown.
Wow.
She had her own checking account. She knew how to balance a checkbook. If I was busy working and I didn't have time to cash my paycheck, she knew how to go cash my paycheck, buy groceries, and pay bills at the house.
Come on, Melody.
Yeah, so she's never been one to just sit out. So yeah, she knew that was a lie when she said it.
Wow.
We can tell
these broads, honey, I'm telling you, they always reaching from the first floor, honey. Okay, when somebody come for your neck, just look at where they at. They probably on the first floor. Okay, reaching out at you, honey. Okay, but yeah, Miss Marlene, I told y'all that comment really pissed me off because we've seen, Melody hustle and work her butt off and accomplish so much. And so for her to be like, yeah, I thought you was lazy and you go kill my boy. And no, ain't nobody go kill your boy. Shit.
Questions coming in. They would like to know, we don't play about Miss Vann and Mel, period. Okay. There is a question on the blackout. What's your thoughts? Because the blackout came out yesterday and it was very, very low. You guys just have to say when and we will stop, but we won't stop until y'all say when.
Well, the only thing bad about it is these episodes that we're in now, it's a family vacation, so I hate that people aren't getting a chance to enjoy that because they're speaking up against something that they feel so passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people have the right to address things and handle things the way they want to handle it, as long as it's respectful and long as it's not violent. Absolutely. As I said before, I stopped watching the show in the second season because what was going on with Melody and Martell, you guys saw it on the show, but I lived it. And it would trigger me, when I would see episodes of them having to interact together. So I actually stopped watching in the second season, to the point where, on Saturdays, I used to make sure I was at home when the show came on, ready to watch it. And I'd watch it twice to now. I don't make plans to watch it. If I happen to be at the house and I feel like doing it, I do it. But I don't make plans to watch it.
Okay. Go ahead, Brownskin.
So I kind of want to circle back to the Carlos King situation, because I feel like oftentimes as Black and brown women, our cries are falling on deaf ears. Do you feel like he has you guys' best interest at heart?
I think Mr. Carlos is producing a show. Like I said, I haven't had any interaction with him. Mm-hmm. So I can't say, because I don't have a relationship with him, I can't say, oh yeah, he has my best interest at heart or whatever. I can't say that. But, I do know, that Melody has a relationship with him. I know Martell has a relationship with him. I'm sure some of the other main cast members have a relationship with him. So, they can probably speak on that more than me, but I've never even really had a conversation with him, except for saying hello. Right. But I think he's doing, what he's there to do, which is producing a show.
And we get that, though, Mama Vann, we do. But at the same time, what we're seeing does not look safe. What we're seeing, the bad behavior that is being accepted, we're not here for it. We're not here for violence against women. We're not here for the abuse. We're not here for the belittling of anyone, especially when it comes to you and Mel. We're not here for it. So we're trying to just see if you understand where we're coming from with Carlos not seeing where the problem is and trying to fix the problem.
Well,
really quickly, guys, and I see where they are going with this, but what we all have to keep in mind is this is entertainment. Okay, so it's entertainment, and that's the business. Okay, like drama, chaos, confusion. Does it really have to be that way? No, but when you have certain personalities mixing with other personalities, that's just what's gonna happen. And I even will speak to that fight that went down between Marceau and Martell. And I saw a lot of people online saying, well, the show is getting so bad now and they shouldn't get physical. And I kind of shared those sentiments as well. But then I really had to remember from maybe an interview I saw with Carlos King, he began saying, well, why in the Black community, when we fight or when we have disagreements, we can't get upset to the point where, we about to throw blows and he's absolutely correct with that, because every group of people gets upset. Okay, gets angry, may want to get to the point where they do want to fight. Y'all know I don't promote violence or nothing like that, but we all get, invested in something and we want to protect it, and whether it be our children, our families, or, whatever. So we have the right to stand up for that. And that's no different from, some of these white shows where they have violence, where people get upset and in their feelings and they about to come to blows and this, that, and the third. So, yeah, I have to kind of agree a little bit with Carlos, where yes, in the black community, we get upset too. We lose our tempers. And I agree though, especially like on the housewife shows, y'all know I'm not here for that violence, because on a housewife show, it's about your mouth. You have to be able to read. Okay, read the girls down. And we see certain women, they can't read that well. They want to fight. And see, you can't do that. It's okay to feel strong about something, but you have to be able to argue your point in a articulate way. And, people, they always, on those type of shows, the housewife shows, they be wanting to fight because it's like, damn, she just punked me. And I don't want to deal with that. So I'll punch her. I'll grab her hair. I'll, do what Monique did to Candace. Okay? Because Candace cleared Monique. Cleared her. But Monique wanted to physically clear Candace. And I just feel like that's not okay, you being a bully. You need to fight with your mouth. Because all that fighting with your fist, that's going to lead your ass in a puddle of tears. You're going to have legal fees. You're going to have the possibility of going to jail. Okay, and see, those type of people, they never want to deal with the consequences and repercussions of their actions. They always want to play the victim and say somebody pushed them too far. No, you need to be able to stand up for yourself with your mouth and, say it, like you mean it. Okay, and, you got to be able to hold your own that way. Okay, so... yeah, y'all weigh in the comments, on this conversation. Do y'all feel like this show is getting really dark? I think this situation with Kimmy is actually making the show a bit more compassionate, now that she has been diagnosed with breast cancer. So
I think anytime there's a conflict, you have to make sure that your concerns are reaching the person that it needs to reach. So, I think those who are doing the blackout, they need to make sure that they're reaching out to him and saying, we're disappointed in the way the show is going, and not just because of the way Melody and I have been handled, but if it was any woman, I would hope that you all would feel the same. Like I said, this show is on the OWN network. And when we hear the name OWN, there's a higher level of expectancy of the type of content that you receive. I think the show sort of lost its way when certain people were cast in and their purpose for being there was so negative.
Yes.
And I think it sort of lost its way at that point. We had enough stuff going on between Melody and Martell, and them trying to work through their issues and still preserve some kind of normalcy for their kids without outside negativity getting involved too.
Right.
You don't even know.
I agree.
You have no connection to even speak on them, their marriage, or their children.
Absolutely.
And for you to have been allowed to do that for so long.
With no repercussions.
Yeah, like I said, the show took a turn, and it bled over into our personal lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
sorry.
Ms. Vann, I have a question. I heard on Lulu's channel that you were moving to Huntsville. Does the move have anything to do with trying to be there more for Mel when it comes on to having proper babysitters, since people want to sue her for, having different babysitter, but we know the real reason behind that lawsuit. Is your reason for moving closer to Mel has anything to do with the lawsuit?
No, my reason for moving to Huntsville was basically to support my child and to be closer to my grandbabies. Does it help her having me there and me being the person that she can call on if she has something that she has to do, when it's her week to have the kids? Yeah, but she does that now. I just have to drive a minute to get there. But when she had those days where she might just need someone to pick them up from school,
Right.
I want to be there to do that instead of her having to find someone else. But it's nothing different from what I've always done.
And doing.
A lot of people may not know it, but I used to live with Melody and Martell.
Mhm.
So I spent a lot of time picking the kids up from school, taking the kids to school. When Melody and Martell had to be out of town or had an event or something to go to at night, I was there, making sure that the kids, ate, making sure they, took their showers, that they were in bed at the time that they were supposed to be in bed. So it's a position that I've always held when it came down to the children.
Mhm.
It's just now I'm doing it for Melody instead of Melody and Martell as a husband and wife.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Do you believe we see Martell trying to get your daughter back, and we're not having it? Do you believe that Martell ever really loved Melody, or did he just love the idea of Mel? You mentioned that you guys are from entrepreneurs, millionaires. Do you think he really was in love with your daughter, and the behavior that he shows, to me, shows abusive behavior? And it seems like he likes to do it in private. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I think he was very much in love with Melody. I think what people have to remember is when Melody and Martell got married, she was 22.
Mm-hmm.
I think they dated for maybe a year and a half, with the engagement and everything. So you're looking at her really hooking up with him when she was like 20. And he's like 4 years older than she is, 4 or 5 years older than she is. So they were both young.
Right.
And I think when people get together so young to the point where they really haven't experienced the world, one may grow in one direction and one may grow in another.
Yeah.
You would think that you all would grow together because when you got with them, you're thinking, okay, we have the same mindset, we have the same goals, we have the same morals, we have the same values. And then I tell you what, I heard someone say this, and I can't remember where I heard it at, but it was true. As a matter of fact, it was Tyler Perry's Mother's Homecoming, I think. Yeah, and this is something she said, and it was very true. She said, whenever you marry someone, make sure you're not saying I do to one person. And the person that she was talking to, she was like, what do you mean? If I'm marrying someone, I better be marrying one person. And she said, that's where people make a mistake at. Because the person that you said I do to is going to be a different person 10 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be willing to shift with that person, or at least compromise with that person for it to work. Mm-hmm. And if you all grow in such opposite directions to the point where one is dying while the other one is living, it's probably a union that's going to fail.
Yeah. And their union failed, in my opinion, because of his narcissism. Him not going to therapy and working on certain issues. Martell, in my opinion, is the representation of a lot of Black men that have mental health issues. And, you can't fix what you are not aware of and what you are not willing to address. And I think a lot of men really get off on providing and making a certain amount of money each year. It's kind of like, well, as long as my money then came up, I'm doing good for myself, and la, 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 they on their easel shit, walking down the street like there aren't any other issues they need to fix. So to you Black men, if any of you all are still following me, honey, I'm sure a lot of you all have left this channel, honey, a long time ago. Go to therapy, fix your issues, stop having such a sense of entitlement as if somebody owes you something, and be willing to give what you want to receive.
Because his behavior to me is very questionable.
Yeah.
In one scene, I remember Mel stated that they didn't even get to spend their first anniversary because of his mouth and his behavior. So hearing that just made me think, like, this guy was never a good guy from the start. But now we see him trying to cry in confession. Like, I hope Mel don't fall for them tears.
Well, see, you heard that the same time I did. Because I did not know that had happened.
Oh, he was crying, honey. Let me get my notes.
Shit, his ass wasn't crying. They was playing that damn music and trying to sell us a book of stamps, honey. Okay, they didn't fool Miss Robinson. I fast forwarded his scene because I didn't want to see that shit on my TV. I'm like, this bitch is not crying. Okay, he was looking for attention. That's what that is. It has nothing to do with Mel. It just so happened that she is his ex-wife and, they have all these children together. But I did not buy his behavior because I'm going to tell you this, what I know about people. When they really love you and when they really honor and respect you and take you seriously, they will respect your boundaries. And we saw on that one episode, he didn't respect her boundaries. He took pleasure and pride in inviting Marceau and Tisha to where they was at with their children. He didn't have to invite them people. You saw how it made Melody feel. And I've actually had a man do that to me one time. And he said, oh, you don't want me to invite such and such? Okay, I'll tell him not to come. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. No problem. He said, I don't want you to be uncomfortable. I just figure, because people, they love coincidences, honey, okay? Well, we all at the same place at the same time, and so we might as well, okay? So for that man to say, you know what, my bad, I didn't realize you felt this way about that. He changed the plans. That's not what Martell did. Martell just did him. Oh, I know. And got his ass in that confessional. What Melody need to learn to let shit go. And, she the problem. And child, bye. So, guys, it's stuff like that, right? Because at first, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of looking like Martell was really changing. Really, like he really had Melody's back. Now, I do kind of feel like he has realized that, like that's important to her for, him to have her back. And, she is the mother of his children. I do see some of that in him, like he will protect her as far as that. But yeah, you don't, violate somebody's boundaries. And I will say something else. You also don't weaponize somebody's wounds and use that against them and throw it in their face. You can't do that, guys. I'm talking to you men, okay? I don't know if it's many of you all still listening to me. A lot of men, guys, they used to really listen to this channel when I covered growing up hip hop with Angela and Romeo. But yeah, honey, they probably then left the brand new 715 family, honey. That's fine, but we got to keep it moving.
I'm saying when she shared that they almost didn't celebrate their 1-year anniversary because of his behavior.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that until you heard it.
Wow.
That just shows embarrassment. She didn't want to tell you because she was probably embarrassed. Like, it hurt so much,
Well, I don't think it was so much as embarrassment as it, because even with me, when I went through what I went through in my marriage, I didn't let my family know everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still had hope that it was going to work. And I knew if I shared it with my family, and things did work, even when this person came around, they were still going to be feeling some kind of way.
Right.
So it's just certain things that you don't share.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, until you have to. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think her not sharing that with us had more to do with, you know, she really wanted her marriage to work. And she knew that if she shared that with us, there was going to be some problems.
Yeah.
Some consequences.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because we could forgive, but that doesn't mean our family forgives you. So,
yeah.
That's
and you know, Melody has some uncles that are, you know, they grew up in that age where let's go behind the barn and settle this.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? So I could see why there's probably a lot of stuff that she didn't share with us until she would share it.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense. So I kind of want to circle back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Were you able to talk with Kimmy about her sharing that picture? Was that something that you guys were able to discuss, or did you guys kind of just forget about it?
I have not discussed that with her. You know, and the thing is, my question to her would be, did you share that? And if you did, what was the reason? Because I don't want to say you shared that. Because I don't really know. I honestly don't. I just know what I saw on social media. So my question would be, did you share that? And why did you do it? What was your reasoning?
What was the purpose?
And this is why I'm a little irritated Miss Vann wasn't at the reunion, because I would love to see her have a chat with Tisha, have a chat with Kimmy. You know, that way we can clear up some of these differences.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Do you feel like anybody on the cast really has Mel's best interest at heart? Like, do you feel like any of the cast members truly have Mel's best interest at heart, have her back like 100%?
I can't answer that because I don't have any interaction with them. I do know that Melody has said several times she don't need any backup. You know,
that's right.
She sort of does what she wants to do, and God is her source, and that's what she will go with. So whether anyone on there has her best interest at heart or not, you know, God is with her.
I know, so, that's right.
You know,
that's all we need.
God before you, who can be against you?
You
know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think she's good in that department.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good to hear.
I have a question. We understand that Wanda supposedly made an apology at the reunion, and Mel didn't accept it. Do you agree? Because I guess she was kind of like forced to say, I'm sorry for what I said. Do you agree with her, like saying, no, keep your apology, I don't need it?
Well, I wasn't at the reunion because I had to keep my grandbabies. But, you know, I will say this. People are good at saying I'm sorry and it has no substance to it. It's just something that they say. And when you're dealing with an individual and there's something in your spirit that says, yeah, believe that if you want to, then you have the right to accept that apology or not. And apparently her decision was right because the next week they were back to their ways again, you know.
Yeah. That was funny.
I can't change it.
Child, what do you expect, honey, from the people on the first floor? You know, the people on the first floor don't never change their ways.
Right.
You know, so I'm saying once people show you who they are, you know, it's sort of like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So once people show you who they are, don't ever let them get in your space or trust them enough to let them go there with you again.
That's right. She right.
If Carlos does decide to change up the cast members, or do you know of any cast members that might not be coming back that we want gone?
Now, you know I can't answer that question.
Any tea you want to tell us?
I think they may want Destiny gone, honey. Destiny need to go. Her and them damn Whitlows, they could go, okay? Cause they ain't bringing nothing to the damn table.
Yeah.
I tried, guys. I tried. I tried. So, what are your thoughts?
You guys are gonna get me spilling tea that the main cast members haven't even spilled. No, I'm not saying a word.
I tried, guys. I tried. So no, we understand that you're coming back.
But hopefully the changes will be for the betterment of the show. I will say that.
Absolutely.
Were you guys? That's usually when you make changes. You know, if something's going good, you leave it like it is.
Right.
If things are going bad, you start making changes. You know.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Have you guys been able to have that conversation that for going forward for season 6 yet? I know Mel was talking about having a sit down.
You know, Melody is a main cast member, and this show was like her vision. So she has a lot of meetings with people that I don't even know their names.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't even come down to they don't even come down to my level. You know what I'm saying? But I've had conversations with myself. You know, there's just certain things I'm not going to do. You know, I sit at the closing table of multi-million-dollar deals.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of my clients watch this show.
Wow.
And what they are not going to see is a different Vanessa from the Vanessa they see when they walk into our office.
That's right.
That's right.
That is awesome. Now, let's talk about those deals that you closed. They were huge. And people were doing the math on your coins. I was wondering, why are you doing the math on how much she would be making? That was weird.
Well, you know, I think people get excited, those who really enjoy seeing people succeed, and it sort of it gives them hope as to what they can achieve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think, you know, they sort of become a little bit more invested in whatever that person has going on or whatever the situation is at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't bother me when people do that, you know. This is something that I constantly pray. And it's a prayer that I started praying probably like the last 6 years, because before that I prayed something different. But as I got older and I started experiencing things, I realized, okay, Vanessa, you need to change this. So now my prayer used to be, God bless me to bless others. That's what my prayer used to be. But now my prayer is, God bless me enough beyond what I need to bless others.
Wow.
Because prior to that, I was sacrificing things that I needed to help others.
Mm-hmm.
And God don't want us to live that way.
That's right.
He wants us to have everything that we need.
Mm-hmm.
And then He can bless us with extra.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So that's what my prayer has become now. You know, bless me beyond what I need so that I can take that and bless others.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome. I do have a lot of questions coming up in the comments. I don't know if you have time to answer a few. But I guess
it's funny because with you two, I feel like I'm just sitting down chatting with the girls.
Listen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me too, Miss Vann. Okay.
Shirt vibe. Get your shirt right now.
Miss Vann said, honey, she over here with the girls, honey. Okay, include Miss Robinson, Miss Vann. Okay, I look to you as a second mother, you know?
Get these shirts. I went to the store and I had your shirt on, and a young lady, she stopped me. She was like, "Where'd you get that?" I had to quickly go in my phone and be like, "There's the website. Go right now
that's right.
and get yours."
And
so
then,
guys,
then
go and get Mama Vann's shirt on her website. Mama Vann, do you want to give them the website?
It's VanessaRTracy.com.
Okay.
They can purchase my books there as well as my t-shirt.
Questions. They said, can you ask Mama Vann if she knows the Scotts were not legally married, as in without a marriage license?
like I said, I don't know nothing about those people.
Yeah, you don't know anything about
and to be honest with you, for people to run with something like that, let's be for real. My opinion is, yeah, they're married. Let's stop that. Okay? Let's find something.
So guys, you heard it. They are married. What do you think of Martell's children's book?
I actually got to read it for the first time on the vacation trip.
Okay.
So in the episode, if they air it, you will get to see what I have to say about it.
I don't think we seen that. I didn't see nothing like that.
Oh man. What do you think about Martell inviting people to a trip that he was invited to?
I think it was a bad decision to make, but I also think some of it might have been production.
Oh, really?
Maybe they knew that the Scots were already in Florida, and they figured, okay, let's have them swing by, or whatever. But somebody in that group should have said no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Either Martell should have said, "No, I'm not inviting anybody," or the people that he invited should have said, "No, they need this time to themselves. We're not going."
Exactly. But y'all heard on the show, Marceau was like, yeah, we'll stop by. And then you got Tisha. She couldn't wait to get there. And then you see in this upcoming preview where Marceau invites Mel to where him and Tisha is at. And Tisha had an attitude, didn't want Mel to be there. I'm like, girl, how do you think Mel felt when your husband, honey, brought you along, and when Martell invited the two of you all, and y'all wasn't invited? Okay, like, make it make sense. I didn't understand that. Okay.
I thought that too. Another question was, what are her thoughts on Martell's attack on Marcus and Troy? I don't know who that is.
That's Mel's brother.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think I said it before. I think when Martell started that, he was trying to alienate Melody from her support system.
Absolutely. I have one question from...
Because he's been around Marcus and Troy, and he loved them. So, for him to take such a turn, and they had not done anything to him.
Right.
But they had been there for Melody. I think that was just him trying to alienate her from her support system. I mean, heck, he tried it with me, attacking me. So.
Terrible. I had one question from someone in the chat. They asked if you and Melody would ever do a collaboration and write a TV series or a play.
Melody has a production company.
Right.
Yeah, so, I think, Melody has a production company.
So you might write a play for it? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I don't do plays.
Oh, you don't?
But you asked me would I collaborate with her on a show or something. I would definitely trust Melody with my story before I would trust anybody else.
That's true.
Other questions are, what does Miss Vanessa think about the Melamitas? Does she think we are too much?
Yes, some of y'all is a bit too much. Some of you all, when it comes to Melody, you don't know how to be objective. Okay, I done told y'all about yourselves. Okay, I like Melody too. I wouldn't consider myself a Melometer because I don't know. I just don't feel that way about her or any other reality star. Maybe Nene. Like, Nene Leakes, I could see me getting excited to meet her, and I would be excited to meet Melody too. But it's just different, right? It's just a little bit different. But yeah, I notice when it comes to Melody, it's like people, they don't, they don't allow you to have your opinion about her all the time. Like if it's not favorable and if you're not saying she does everything right, like people really will like drag you. Well, you jealous. Well, I was like, huh? What fine as Miss Robinson is? Okay. Fine as Miss Robinson is, Miss Robinson ain't jealous of nobody, okay? So yeah, some of y'all need to calm down. I get you like her, but learn to be fair, try to be objective. And we all have our favorite people, we look up to. I get it, but calm down, okay?
I think it's a testament to an individual when they have people who can connect to them for whatever reason they connect to them and support them to the point where they don't want to see any harm come to them. So I'm sure Melody appreciates her fans very, very much. I will tell them what I will tell anyone. Whatever you do, be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Because your voice can be powerful without it being malicious.
That's right.
And I'm not telling you when they go low, you go high. No, sometimes you just don't feel like going high.
Come on, Miss Vann, and this is from a Christian woman. But I like that she is being very real and transparent and, understanding just being human. Like, I'm not going to be the bigger person all the time. Sometimes I got to express myself and get people together. Ain't nothing wrong with it, long as you do it the right way, honey.
Exactly.
But even when you go low, do it respectfully.
Exactly. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Mama Vann?
In 5 years, I see myself doing whatever I want to do.
Oh, I know that's right.
Like my grandbabies.
Hey, I love that answer.
Yeah.
I love that answer. Now, we know you're booed up, and we know Mel's song is coming out. Now, do you see yourself with your boo thing being the one to put the ring on the finger this time around again?
I haven't really thought about that.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that. I tell you what, someone did ask me this, and it was so funny. They said, do you see you and your boo getting romantic listening to Melody's song, Cloud 9? And I was like, no, I don't see that happening. No.
And guys, in case you don't know, Cloud 9 is dropping December 12th. Yes, I'm a millimeter. I know everything.
Okay. Shout out to Mel.
So Cloud 9 will be out on December 12th.
I don't want to be hearing Melody's voice.
Right. She trying to hear some Marvin. Look, she trying to hear some Marvin Gaye, honey. Let's get it on. Okay, that's what Miss Vann want to hear. She don't want to hear her daughter. Now that would be a little weird. Okay, that's kind of weird. Trying to, get in a romantic mood while listening to your daughter sing in a certain way, honey. That's just too much. What's up with y'all and these questions, honey? Okay.
And right. Which of her song is your favorite? I mean, they're all favorite to us because we are her super fans. We love her. Which of them is your favorite?
Well, Down is definitely a favorite of mine, but because
I love that song too. I really love it.
Because I've heard all of Cloud 9. When I heard that, I told her, I said, Melody, this song is going to skyrocket.
Oh, we ready.
Tell you.
We
but
ready.
Yeah, it's to me, Cloud 9 is like, because, her other songs she was writing from things that she had experienced.
Yeah.
The first one that she wrote, Telltale Signs, things that are birthed out of pain. They're meant to be testimonies.
Yes.
So because it's your testimony, you may not enjoy it as much as other people might. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Cloud 9, she's writing it from a place where she has healed and she's happy again and she's open to whatever God brings into her life. And it's just a song that there's no pain in it. It's let's get it on.
Miss Vanessa, doesn't that sound like something you said before? Your book, when your first version was from a place of hurt, and then as you progressed and wrote and did your different drafts, it eventually came from a place of healing, like where you were healed. So that's exactly, she's literally like taken from your book.
Yeah, except she's singing hers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mama Vann, it's on social media street because we follow Mel to a T. And we're speculating that she's booed up. Wanna tell us anything? Wink, wink.
Well, I feel like if she is like me, you'll never know her, never see him, never, unless you decide to put him in that place.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I would honestly keep it behind closed doors. I just feel like you should have something for yourself. That's another thing you all probably notice with me. You don't really see me like that. You hear me. And that was the whole purpose of my show, for you to hear my voice. And I just feel like we live in a world now where nothing is a mystery anymore. And I feel like, for me, some parts of my life, they need to be a mystery. I don't want you, in all areas of my life. You could have thoughts and speculate, but I'm not going to, put everything out there. And I hope, Melody, does the same thing.
And I respect what she said. She's lived so much of her life out in the public.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The most difficult time of her life out in the public. I feel like whenever she does get into a relationship with someone, she's going to keep that for her.
Right.
Well, I noticed you didn't deny it. You said if. So that could leave room for me to think.
Well, because, what I told you, I don't know stuff until she's ready to share it with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't make any assumptions on anything. I wait until she tells me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what we mothers do. We may know some stuff, but we wait for them to tell us.
Oh, wink, wink on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But that's beautiful that you respect her enough to allow her to have her space. She's a whole adult. You're not, having to helicopter or,
fight her battle,
hover over her and try to tell her how to live. You did a good enough job, and it shows. You've done a wonderful job with her in her impressionable years. Like the word says, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they won't depart from it. So,
right.
You did your thing.
You did. And we love you very, very much. And it's not just love because you're Melody's mom. It's your spirit. There's something about your spirit that is so joying. Like, it's like you want to say bye to Mama Vann, but you can't because there's something there. And that's how I feel when I you don't understand.
And me, honey, I want a hug from Miss Vann, honey. Okay. She just seemed like a nice, friendly, genuine spirit. Okay? That's what I get from Miss Vann. What y'all get from Miss Vann?
And they'll tell you, my YouTube friends, they're like, you're really in love. You love Mama Vann. Yes, I do. And guys, if you haven't read the book.
And shout out to Color Me Pink, because Color Me Pink, she loved Miss Vann too. Said Miss Vann was, checking in with her when she was going through her breast cancer situation. So yeah, that's a testament to Miss Vann's character, that so many people like her. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and end the video right there. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.